This is what anxiety is. Let's just start by naming it and defining it. All it is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. It's an intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday situations. There are physical symptoms that are associated with it, and they may show up as fast heart rate, rapid breathing, sweating, tensing of muscles, but also you may feel tired. And here's why: because physiologically, anxiety is very draining. If you are constantly, intensely, excessively, persistently worried and have fear about everyday situations, don't you think energetically you would just be freaking drained? Of course. Here's some of the ways anxiety shows up. First of all, the tightness in the chest and the dread and pit of your stomach, numb or tingling wash over your body and skin. From there, avoidance, running away, closed off, walls up, trust issues. And then it starts to show up in our behaviors, asking a million questions, questioning everything, and extreme skepticism. And then from there, it can also show up as overeating or undereating and compulsive behavior or a need to control. Energetically, you can also feel irritated, annoyed, and flustered. It can also feel like one giant blockage, just shut down and just stuck. We have the whole spectrum from rapid, erratic, paranoid to desperate and just powerless and depleted because you're so drained, checked out, disconnected, disassociated, to irritated, all the way to blocked. What causes anxiety? Negative thinking, lack of boundaries, skipping meals, lack of sleep, not having routines, lacking consistency, not knowing who you are, lack of confidence, being out of touch with feelings and needs, pressure of being responsible for other people, losing yourself to what family, peers, partners, or what society wants. Disconnect from your authentic self, voice, expression, and true self. Lack of self-love, lack of self-care, lack of self-trust, lack of self-worth. In case you didn't know, high functioning anxiety is a thing. It looks like perfectionism, right at the top. Overthinking and overanalyzing, constant dissatisfaction with performance, overworking, overextending, workaholism, inconsistent sleep habits, people pleasing, inability to say no, and lack of boundaries. We're high performers, we get shit done, we're reliable, we do good work, and there's a lot of anxiety around it. It's a way to cope. If you are naturally an anxious person, you may not know the difference between your anxiety and intuition. Anxiety is really from a place of fear, where your intuition is always guiding you to the highest outcome. Your intuition is guiding you towards a clarity and to the highest outcome for you. Anxiety feels tightening, shrinking, desperate, or ready to run. Anxiety is about protecting you from danger versus intuition. Intuition feels clear-headed. It feels calm, it feels focused, it feels certain, and it feels peaceful. So when you look at it like this, they're completely different from each other. So if you walk into a room and you're like, oh, I don't know. Instead, it's like, no, I trust the choices I make. If you can say this, that's your intuition. If you can say, I know what feels right, I'm certain about this, I'm clear-headed about this, and I am peaceful about it, that is your intuition. If losing yourself is one of the causes of anxiety, then wouldn't finding yourself be the solution? That's why you got to create space to be truly with your body, to truly breathe into it so that you can create that clarity. Otherwise, anxiety is going to run the show. And when anxiety runs the show, the only destination is self-sabotage. That's the problem with anxiety. It deteriorates. So we have to create the space and be truly in our body. Prioritizing self-care, honoring your feelings and needs, building self-love and self-acceptance, forgiveness to self and others, internalizing and receiving friendship and community. Lastly, letting people in and receiving love. But you have to understand, this is the antidote. This is the literal cure. If your love and safety was taken away, and that's what caused the anxiety, wouldn't it make sense to then replenish that and receive love? Wouldn't that be the cure? It's pretty simple math, right?